there, Scorpio. Welcome to your mid-June 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Um, I just want to give you a heads up because some of you who, I was going to say some of you who are getting my videos, if there are any people out here who are actually getting them these days, may have noticed I only did 6 of the ones for the whole month of June. So I don't always do monthly readings. I do like mid-month and end-of-month readings more often, but I only did like 6 signs. So I'm going to be doing yours first. And I'm not going to be doing like whole month June readings because we're already into well into the first week. So hopefully you can understand. Sometimes it just works out that way. And I will explain to you all of the positions and meanings of the cards after I'm done doing this. And I don't have the light on, and it's like becoming evening. I just haven't turned it on yet, so if it's a little dim, that's why. Ooh, you have a nice set of cards. Really nice set of cards. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Ten of Pentacles. This is the inheritance card. It's interesting that in this deck they show this person, this woman, lying down. I don't know what the symbolism of that is. Maybe that everything is coming so easily to her, maybe because it is an inheritance, that she doesn't have to exert any effort. It is a card for good money card in general, for big money, affluence. In the past position, we have the Three of Wands. This is a card that can be connected to entrepreneurship. Wands are, well, I'm saying it how it is in most decks. This says torches, but I don't want to use that terminology because some of you may get confused. It is wands. It's connected to fire energy. And the number 3 is a number that is connected with, I think, expansion, but fire energy for sure is connected with expansion. So it's growth, opportunities. And that can mean that some of you have started some kind of a business of your own, and maybe it's doing very well or it has a potential to. If you have gotten divorced in recent months, because the Ten of Pentacles can be maybe there's some kind of like settlement, financial settlement of some sort. And I guess it could be any kind of, like, again, with an inheritance or something like that, where you have this sense of like growth related opportunities. Like, for instance, someone who now can travel, they can do other things. And even if you are promoting a product, you might be traveling with that product. So bringing it into new spaces, new countries or states or whatever, provinces. And not settling for what the tight little confines that you did before. So having a much more expansive outlook on things. The higher message is the Queen of Pentacles. This is another great money card. And this is really about enjoying the fruits of your labor or the money, your home. If you have been working really hard and you just don't take the time to just enjoy what you have created, then that makes no sense. What would be the purpose of having those things? And I even think some of you may have quit your job. Maybe it is because you got some other money that you don't need to do that. Or because you do want to start your own business. Well, the Queen of Pentacles is like, utilize your home as, take advantage of that home, of that domestic side of life for your material well-being. And that includes even just therapeutic things like gardening, earthing, walking around and barefoot in like grass that isn't treated with chemicals and things like that, or putting your fingers in the dirt when you're gardening, that really get you connected with Mother Earth, and that can give you that sense of grounding and that sense of balance in your life. And maybe there have been things that have happened that have been challenging, but now it's like you're starting to get that flow going, maybe with money. What crosses you is the Princess of Pentacles, which is connected to the Page of Pentacles. So if I wouldn't be surprised if you have an idea for a business, but you haven't gotten it off the ground yet. The page is one of the early stages. Maybe this has to do with communications with money. If there are other people involved, it may be awkward or, somehow uncomfortable. Perhaps there was some kind of inheritance and you got more money than somebody else, and you don't want to talk about it because people might be saying, well, especially if you were the one who was the executor of the will, well, what did it say? I want a copy, trying to see if there's more money to be had, and you might be kind of secretive about that. If this pages can be messages, so if you are in between jobs and you might not be aligned this way, if you feel like maybe you don't even feel like answering the phone, maybe you don't even feel like applying for work if you're in between jobs, because you may have this great idea or this passion project. Maybe you just feel that you're not in this place where you want to continue doing what you've been doing. And so the only thing is a certain type of work, but you just can't bring yourself to do it. Well, look at that and don't be afraid to do things differently. Scorpio is a fixed sign, so it's easy for you to get in a particular groove that may not be, that's a polite way to say a rut, that may not be serving you. And you want to really look at your motivations, why are you doing what you're doing, and be able to alter it if need be. What is coming in is the Ace of Swords. This is a card of mental clarity and new directions, perhaps, based on that clarity. Maybe you've been a bit foggy in your mind because I think about the Seven of Cups. I didn't draw that card, but that can be when somebody has a lot of options, but they just don't know what to choose. Sometimes people are indecisive because they're doubting themselves, or they're second guessing themselves. And when people do that, they're not doing it necessarily because they really don't have good ideas. It's because it's a pattern that has already been set up for them, maybe from their parents who try to impose their will on their child all the time and didn't respect the child's boundaries. So you have to know yourself. This will be especially true if you have inner planets in Libra. Scorpio, you may feel like you're not quite sure which direction to take, but the Ace of Swords is good for moving forward after having that kind of clear vision. And the outcome is the Magus, or the Magician card. And the Magician, I love this. This is actually connected to the sign of Aries. Oh, it looks like he's got, I thought he had like a set of beads. Maybe they're trying to imply that, but it's in the infinity sign, which is the sideways 8. So this can be a situation. You roll the 8th house, by the way, so that's pretty cool. The Magician card is about co-creation. And co-creation is all about doing something, going after something as if you have this ability to create something out of nothing. My partner says to me on a regular basis, or at least he's said it, multiple times, just think, you created your business out of nothing. And, I never really think of it that way, but it is way cool because in my case, I never really wanted a business. I didn't know why anybody would want a business. And it kind of happened unexpectedly that I decided to do this. Definitely wasn't on my list of things to do. And the reason I'm saying this to you is that you never know an idea can come to you in a split second. And you don't need anybody's permission to do this. One of the reasons so many young people are entrepreneurs, and some of them are doing like really well for themselves, is because they have all the tools at their fingertips that those of us who come before them simply didn't have, where we had to rely a lot on outer entities. Now people can start their own free website. They can promote themselves for free. It's pretty miraculous. I'm not saying that it's just a piece of cake 100% of the time, but at least you have that possibility. And there's something very intoxicating about possibilities. So think about that. It's not about, that's why I never really liked the term magic, because it seemed random. And now I see the Magician card as absolutely anything but random. It's very intentional. But it comes when you think that you can be when you step into that role as the conscious co-creator, then you can see what things transpire. So, and I think that Ace of Swords is kind of the catalyst for that. So that's what I have for you. I'm trying to think astrologically because there is a new moon in Gemini in June, and that could be the Ace of Swords because it's new beginnings, and swords are air signs. So that's the next one, and that's actually falling in the house that you rule, the 8th house, Scorpio. So that's like you being the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is one of your new lives. The Scorpio is like a cat having all these lives. So who are you going to reinvent yourself as is the question. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.